This is Sonia Cato Howard coming to you live again on Facebook Live. And I am partnering with my girl Kimmy McNeese to do eWomen. We have a online meetup called eWomen Meetup, and you can live anywhere. You don't have to be in Atlanta to join. It's online. You can join on your computer or on your phone. And of course, every Wednesday I am here to do a Facebook Live message, and Kimmy is on Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We keep forgetting to say Eastern Time to do her message. Tonight I want to ask you, what is your talent? When you look around, you see a lot of people who have a lot of good things going for them. Some people seem to have dealt a really good hand in life, and then some people haven't got a good hand dealt to them. You know, you have some people, they're very charismatic, they're good looking, they've been born into rich families, their families are well known, so they have the good looking spouse, they have a great body. Some people, you look at them and you just feel like, wow, this person has everything going for them. And then you have some people who were in like third world countries who really have been dealt a really tough hand, and things have just not been good for them. Some people have disabilities, some people are born blind. I mean, the list goes on and on. And those people, they really haven't had the same hand that some people have dealt with them, to them. And, in particular, I think about people like Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, Kirk Franklin. Those people, they've had stories, they've had a struggle in the beginning, but somehow they took the talents that they had and they pursued it, and they did very well in life. They took whatever they had and they ran with it. So I really want to come from a story that my pastor talks about, and it's a story a lot of people have heard. It's in the Bible about the 5 talents. In fact, it's listed in there a couple of different ways. But my shout out to my pastor Andy Stanley in Buckhead Church, and basically he talks about how in this life some people are born with 5 great things that's going for them. Talents. Some people have 2 talents and some people have just 1 talent. And pretty much God is expecting you to do whatever he gives you. He's expecting you to do your best with the talent. So what is your talent? If your talent is, some people have been born with all the wonderful stuff. They have the beautiful spouse. They look great. They're rich. They have the money. They have the family, the prestige, everything. So, but what we were told was that those people, God is expecting something great from those people. Those people have to really utilize everything that they've been given. They're supposed to go over and save third world countries. They're supposed to build hospitals. They're supposed to make great movements in this world. And at the end of their life, they're going to be accountable for the things that, what did they do with the talent that God blessed them with? And then you have, first I don't know anybody, but on TV they show it all the time, where you have this rich, spoiled person who had all these great things handed to them, and they still didn't do anything with their lives. They ended up on drugs or some spoiled brat that never figured out how to live on their own, and they're always needing help from their parents. And then you have the 2 talent people, which are people like you and I, where we got 2 good things going for us. Maybe you're beautiful, and so you can be a model and you can be an actress, or maybe you're very smart, and so people will pay you top dollar to do the work that you can do for a company because you're so smart. Whatever it is, what are the 2 talents that God has given you? What are the 2 talents, the 2 things that you're really good at? For me, I would like to say maybe it's because I love to run my mouth. That's my talent. I whether I'm writing and giving my ideas or whether I am talking about my ideas. In high school, in elementary school, I got in trouble for running my mouth all the time. And I always did well on essays. I've always done well with speech classes. So that's one of my talents that I am using to get ahead in life. The other talent I think that I would say is I've been very good with analyzing things. So I did well with computer classes, and so I was able to go to college and get a degree and test computer software. So I would say because of that career, I was able to get ahead in life. So those are the two talents that I believe God has given me. But we all know people who are really good at something, but they're not doing anything with it. You know, maybe it was a smart person that you went to school with and you just knew they were going to be somebody, and you found out that they didn't do anything with their lives. Maybe they got in the wrong relationship and it took them down the wrong path, or maybe they did something really stupid temporarily, you know, just for the day, and it ended up changing their course of their whole lives. So you have some people that have two really good talents, but they didn't do anything with it. And then let's talk about the people with one talent. Those are the people who, like I said, you know, they both parents are passed away, and maybe they live in a third world country. They're hungry. They don't have the opportunities. I mean, none of us are really one talent people. You in the U.S. and free, you two talent people, okay? But there are some people in this world who have really had that one thing that God opened the door for them, and sometimes we get to hear about it. You may hear about, you know, this kid that got adopted by this rich family, and you know, and now their whole life changed, and they actually did something with it. They grew up and did something great and spectacular with their life. And then there are probably so many that we don't hear about, but there are some that perish because they had the one talent and they didn't do anything with it. So talking about talents, I want to ask you, what is your talent? What is it that you're really good at? The one thing, it's probably more than one thing that you're good at, and people compliment you all the time, and people ask for your help maybe to do it sometimes, and it's something that you love to do. It's something that even if you didn't get paid for it, you would do it. Most of the things I don't get paid for with communicating, but I do it anyway. So it's maybe something that you have, that you, even if you didn't get paid, you would do it anyway. What is your talent, and are you doing anything about it? Are you just making excuses, saying why you can't do it, and you know, I don't know why you can't do it, and just making excuses of being lazy about it, and you know, or are you doing something with that talent? You know, what we've been told is that we're going to have to answer to the talents, to the things that God given us. God has not just left everybody here with nothing. He's giving you something. He's giving you your one thing. You know, Kirk Franklin could have easily, you know, I think he was, his mom abandoned him. So that could have been the one thing that held him back, but it didn't hold him back. Oh, wow. People always call me at the wrong time. Sorry about that. So, you have, Kirk Franklin could have used that, and his mom abandoned him. And so, you know, that was in his career, but he could compose. He really, I don't think he can sing. He actually can get people together. He can think of songs. He can write songs. That's his talent. So he used that talent. You know, Oprah Winfrey, her talent, you know, I don't know what Oprah Winfrey does everything, but her talent, she got on TV. She was abused, but that didn't stop her. She, you know, she moved past that hurt, and she was on TV and worked her way up from, I think, radio to TV. And then I was talking about Tyler Perry. I remember him saying that only his family was watching him at some of the plays, and now he's doing movies. So really, you know, I don't know what your beginning was. I don't know what you struggle with, but I do know that God has given you things that you're talented with. I know that he has given you an advantage over some other people with the gifts that he has given you. And so you really need to think about that, and what are you doing with those gifts? Because I believe at the end of this life, we're going to be accountable for what we've done with what he has given us. So that's my message. I want to challenge you to recognize what your talent is and start working on it. Do something with it. Take the first step, make the first phone call, research it. Talk to somebody else who's already doing it and see how they did it. Get some advice from some friends, but do something with the talent. Don't be the person that's just sitting there making excuses about why you can't do it. Take the first step. God will help you do the rest of it. Check us out every Wednesday. Check me out every Wednesday. Check Kimmy out tomorrow night at 9 p.m. And of course, every first and third Tuesdays at 9 p.m. on eWomen Meetup. Thanks again for listening. Share it and like it.